Facebook, what's going on, X, and all those other joints. It's me, Kev from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make some sense out of nonsense. And I see people are saying, I missed you. I missed you too. I miss all of you more than you'll ever know. So, before we get into this, please make sure you hit that like button, share my videos, follow me on all of the other platforms. Make sure that I can hear you. So please check that first. Let's go ahead and get the mic. Sounds nice. Check one, check two. Going on. Let's see. All right. So can you hear me? Sorry. I'll explain in a minute, guys. Now, first things first. Can you all hear me? We want to make sure everybody can hear me. All right. Yeah, see, so okay. Hey, Kev. Hey, Kev. Okay, I see some people chiming in. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Okay, you can hear me. All right. So, yeah, I've been gone for a while, and I didn't expect to be gone. It was one of those things where I had to have an emergency little surgery that took place, and I'm back. And as you can tell, my voice is a little distorted, so I might have to, pump the brakes on the throat. Got a couple things going on, but I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm glad to be here. It was nothing major, and I'm back. But it did have me down for a couple days, and as the days go on, I will recover even more so. Now, before we get into this, let's go ahead and hit that like button, share my videos, follow me on the other media platforms, and don't forget to like, and I mean like the heck out of these videos, because it helps the algorithms and it sends out the live stream to other people. So, I've given YouTube a unwillful break for a couple of days, so they may have forgotten about me, who knows, and might mess around and accidentally send out some notifications. Some people said, am I okay? Yeah, I'm not bad. I'm a lot better than I was. And so, pulled it back together, shook it off. I was going to try to make a quick recovery and jump right back out. But I think y'all might have caught me nodding off or something while I was in the middle of talking. Like, okay, is Kev okay? He's not on that stuff. You know how black people say, you ain't on that stuff, are you? You on that stuff? Everybody knows what the stuff is, too. You ain't on that stuff, are you? See, so I didn't want y'all to think I was on that stuff. So, yeah, so now I'm back. But let's go ahead and get loose, because we got to get busy tonight, y'all. We got a lot to go over, and we got to play catch up on a lot of stuff. And then I'll go over a couple of preliminaries. What? Real gorilla. Real gorilla. Real gorilla. There's some teams in the building. Gorillas in here. Gorilla in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Yeah, so, the anesthesia has a nerve to do a little something on your throat. I thought I can pull it right back together, and I feel like I got a porcupine in my throat right now with its pricks sticking straight out like this. So, yeah, that's if you start hearing me get the Whoopi Goldberg, just understand. Now, somebody said, folks, 40 likes alleged to like. Okay, yeah, like up this video. Don't forget to check out my store, my merch store. Okay, as we still got a couple days here. Christmas hasn't gotten here yet, so the number is, if you go to the merch store, the link is below this video. Shop to your heart's content. Also, this number right here, 3309-744-607. If you text MAGA to that number, I will reply at some point and let you know you're in Kev's Corner, just in case something like this does happen. And then finally, yeah, this is a great time now. If you guys want to help the channel, support the channel, there is a link for my fundraiser right below this thing on video. And you can click on that link and give for the Christmas spirit and cheer. It shall help the channel, especially considering some of the garbage I had to deal with these last couple of days. All right, but now, with that being said, we got to get into some stuff, y'all, because we got a lot of nonsense going on around the country. Yeah, they thought they got rid of me, man. They was like, all right, we finally got one down, y'all. Yeah, but you can't keep a brother like me down. So let's go ahead and get into some of the craziness that's going on around the country. Now, here's something that I wanted to talk about last week, but unfortunately, when I got sick, I wasn't able to touch on it. Now, this is for Christians I'm not saying it's for Christians only, but this was something that happened. And I was saying to myself, now that's quite odd. That is quite odd. I don't know about you, but I might have taken this as some type of sign or warning. Did y'all see what happened to this man over, and I don't know if he's from Palestine, I don't know where he's at, but he's over here challenging Yahweh, talking about, Allah's going to get children of Israel, and something horrific happened to him. And it reminded me of something straight out of the Bible. Let's see what happened to this man. Okay, they will not be silent. The truth will not be silent. If you come, if you could be saved from the torment of history, let's see. You cannot be saved from the wrath of Allah. From the wrath of Allah, okay.
Allah'ın gazabından kurtulamayacaksınız.
Salutations to you all.
Hepinizi saygıyla selamlıyorum.
Okay. Okay. Oh my. Okay, what just happened?
İyileşime 20 dakika ara verin.
Oh. Well, that's kind of scary. Now, someone might think, well, that's just a coincidence. It's a coinky dink. I don't know about that one. That one right there seemed like it was too timed up to be just a coincidence. It reminded me of that, that part in the Bible, the Old Testament, where the false prophets came out with their snakes and their staffs, and they threw their staffs down in front of Moses, and all of them said, look at our staffs. They turned to snakes too. And Moses threw his staff down, and his staff consumed all of the other, snakes. I mean, it just kind of reminded me of something like that. I'm just saying. I don't want to be superstitious, but I would be a little concerned after that. My man came out threatening everybody. Yeah, well, y'all can't escape from the wrath of Allah. Took 2 steps, didn't even take 2, and immediately died. Boy, I tell you, I'd have been looking up all over the place like, okay, all right, this is a good time to come unto the Father. That no one can come unto the Father unless he comes through the Son. I will be repenting all up in that bad boy. But now let's get into some things that are happening around the country. Looks like Vivek done made himself back in the news because he was talking some more trash and the liberal media didn't like it. So this is just a small prelude of what we're going to be talking about tonight. But he brings up a good point. He's talking about the deep state, and he didn't recognize and realize how corrupt our government is. And it's the same with me. I mean, this is like my number one priority when it comes down to this next election, is dealing with our corrupt behind agencies, our government, the DOJ, the abuse of power. If we don't deal with this, everything else means nothing. So here he is on some stage talking about it, and then we'll go from there.
Even the ones who actually run the government anymore. It is the shadow government in the deep state that's pulling the strings today. I'm not going to wage some pointless foreign war for this country. The war that I'm going to wage is the war on our own shadow government. It is the war on our own shadow government.
Boy, I tell you what, man, like whether you like them or not, that is the truth. This is the group of people we are really at war with. We're not at war with liberals. They think they're at war with us, but we're not at war with them. These people have concoctioned some type of cultural war that the liberals have launched, and we're just responding to it, even though they think we're the ones responsible for the cultural war. We're just reacting to all of the nonsense they're trying to introduce to our society. What we are really fighting against is the shadow government. The people who run people like Creepy, Sleepy, Sleazy, Slimy, Sloppy Joe. And we're going to find that out as we go through my show. Okay, so he got a point. No wonder he's coming up on everybody's radar, and he's being attacked along with Trump. See, Trump said he was going to drain that swamp. And I tell you, the swamp fought back immediately. They launched a preemptive strike by getting rid of Michael Flynn off grip. They didn't even let Trump get in good. And we need to deal with them people in those countries. However, the real folks, people like that. Yeah, so I'm not interested in Ukraine. I'm not interested in physically having an altercation with any other country. We need to deal with the people in here. So somebody said I'm buffering. Oh, shoot. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and deal with that off grip. I'm going to turn it back on. Okay. Yeah, sometimes you got to reboot it. Somebody said, okay now? Yeah. So now all I was saying was there's no need to get out there trying to focus on physically getting into an altercation with other countries when we got a war raging on right now inside of our own country with our own government. They have done more damage to this country than Ukraine, than Russia, than China, than Iran, all of them. All of those countries have never done as much damage as the Democrat Party, our rhinos, the deep state, all of them. They are the ones who are destroying the country from the inside out. So now, with that being said, it looks like my buffer is off. But let's get into it because, see, here's Van Jones, y'all. Van Jones is back, y'all. And this is why I brought up Vivek. He said we got a deep state going on that's running our country. And I think Van Jones might be on a network ran by that deep state. Let's go ahead and check out Van Jones back in the day, having a busted up moment when they installed Creepy Sleepy.
It's Well, it's easier to be a parent this morning. It's easier to be a dad. It's easier to tell your kids.
Yes.
Character matters.
Yeah.
It matters. Telling the truth matters. Being a good person matters. And it's easier for a whole lot of people. If you're
y'all cry, baby, cry. Cry, baby, cry. Cry, baby, cry. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember this big milk dud head cry baby came out there talking about, father now, is it out me? All of that mess. He should be ashamed of himself. Do you understand what it would take for me to get on TV and burst out into tears like that? Man, it would have to be something magnanimous. And even then, the tears might be afraid, like getting permission. Like, all right, Kev, you sure we can come down, right? Is okay? Just one? Okay, just one. I'm going, you guys stay here. I'm just going to go down his face, okay, just to let everybody know he's still human. That would be it. But here, this guy is.
You're a Muslim in this country. You don't have to worry if the president doesn't want you here. If you're an immigrant, you don't have to worry if the president's going to come back for no reason.
Baby on the bus goes wah, wah, wah. Y'all hear that man talking about some, if you're a Muslim, you don't have to worry that the president don't want you here. Now, why is it the CNN go out and recruits all the softcore black dudes? Get on the show and I'll get all busted up on the inside. Man, where's your core, Van? You ain't got one. His core is irrelevant. So here he is talking about if you're a Muslim, now the creepy's in, you ain't got to worry about all of this stuff.
This is vindication for a lot of people.
Boy, I'm glad I wasn't on that set. Boy, if I was on that set, man, you would hear me over there like, Kevin, what? I'm sorry. Nobody else thinks this is funny. This is hilarious. This guy's over here boo-hooing on TV. Oh, let's hear it again.
You don't have to worry if the president doesn't want you here.
He got the real cry voice too. You ain't got to worry if the president don't want you here.
If you're an immigrant, you don't have to worry if the president's going to come back for no reason.
My man's really busted up. This is that cry where it's hard for you to even talk. The little kids cry. What's wrong with you? What happened? I can't even hear you. Calm down so I can understand you. And then Tony he played too much. That's what kind of cry this guy's having right here on national TV.
This is vindication for a lot of people.
Vindication for a lot of people. Who is this vindication for? I mean, these people are and see, a little bit of Van Jones, I think, really believes his garbage. Deep down in Van Jones' heart, sometimes he shows that he got a little bit of a heart left in him. But maybe that heart has, taken advantage of him, allowed him to be vulnerable and susceptible to liberal manipulation and all of that stuff. Because I think sometimes he actually buys into some of the garbage that he talks about, and that's scary. I think he's susceptible to that stuff. So now here is a Vivek, and now I'm gonna warn you guys, Vivek is a little upset with Van Jones because Van Jones got out there and badmouthed him. So if you guys have sensitive ears, you might want to go ahead and plug him up because Vivek got a message for Van Jones and his crying butt, okay? So let's see what Vivek has to say to him.
Shut the fuck up.
A few years later.
That guy is dangerous. That's dangerous.
It's dangerous.
When those people are saying Jews will not replace us, Jews will not replace us, that slogan sits on top of a very sick and twisted view that if you bring enough people of color here, we are so deficient, we are so stupid, we are so unwanted that we will be zombies to fill out the ranks for some Democratic Party agenda that Jewish people are manipulating and driving forward.
You see that lady? You see that lady right there shaking her head? Like she really feeling Van Jones? Yes. This is deep. Yes. Continue in feeding this deep bunch of shite right on CNN.
That leads to violence. That puts at risk Jewish people. That puts at risk people of color. It is wrong. And the smug, condescending way that he just spews this poison out is very, very dangerous, because he won't stop Trump, but he's going to outlive Trump by about 50 years.
Wow. Now, what I'm glad about after I saw this clip and Vivek's response is, one, Vivek didn't allow Van Jones to get away with this. See, oftentimes Republicans will watch a hit piece on themselves like this and they'll just move on. They'll just move on. But Vivek decided, no, I'm not going to let this move on. Then with the veracity that he responded to, he's not going to entertain this guy and all of his emotions and his tears and stuff. He's just going to come with a straightforward message.
And you're watching the rise of an American demagogue that is a very, very despicable person. And I literally was shaking listening to him talk, because a lot of people don't know that is one step away from Nazi propaganda coming out of his mouth.
If you told me this 5 years ago, 3 years ago, I wouldn't have believed you. But I now have my views that are a product of my experiences. We got to open our eyes to see that disease of dishonesty. The same government that has lied to us.
About what?
Not only what happened on 9/11, but the weapons of mass destruction in Iraq.
Oh.
About the basis for the 2008 bailouts and the financial crisis. About the Trump-Russia collusion hoax that never was.
So wait. Vivek is laying down evidence of the government lying, kind of like creepy. But yet we have no reason to doubt them. Everything they say is 100% true. We have no reason to doubt the intel community after them lying to us about 17 times that we know of. Here we go.
About the Hunter Biden laptop story, which we absolutely know to be true.
Yeah.
About exactly what happened on January 6th, to the origin of COVID-19, to the Nashville transgender shooter manifesto.
Now, those are a lot of lies. Those are a lot of lies, y'all. I think their credibility is kind of shot. Why should we trust them? See, maybe what Vivek was talking about in the beginning of my show about how we're ran by shadow government might have some merit to it. Why should we trust them when we done busted them in so many lies? Can't trust you because we busted you in so many lies.
To how our own money is being spent in Ukraine today. We demand a government that tells us the truth again in this country. That's what we require. We can handle the truth.
I think I can.
That's what it means to be a citizen of this country.
Okay.
So I say that on that last debate stage to a bunch of Republicans that are shaking in their boots. These are the things you're not supposed to say in the Republican Party even today.
Yeah.
And then you get the mainstream media.
What?
You got this character Van Jones on
Van
CNN
Jones.
afterwards saying, this is the rise of an American demagogue who's going to live 50 years longer than Trump. This is dangerous. I am shaking. That's what he says. Just shut the fuck up. At a certain point, just shut the fuck up.
I think that might be the rawest response I've ever heard for that Van Jones should go somewhere and slide his butt right up under a rock. That's how you deal with softcore dudes like that, man. I mean, I might have not used the choice words that Vivek used, but that's how I feel. I'm sitting there listening to this dude up here like, and that's a demagogue, and he won't outlive Trump for 50 years, and this is right at the beginning of the, and I'm going, dude, how much of a sellout? Do you have any testes left? Do you have one bit of testosterone left in your body? Have the Democrats and the left sucked out all of your manliness? You're definitely not toxic. You are definitely not toxic, man. And just shut the bleep up. I don't even have time to debate you, Van Jones, or entertain all of your whining and all your accusations and your fears on the inside. Just remind me not to go to war with you, Van. That's all I'm saying, y'all. If we are on the front line, I'm like, all right, I need 3 men up here. Van, get out of here. Get your butt back. I told you, you go get us some water and you make sure you get us some gauze and things like that, okay? All right, I don't want you on this front line. That's all. That's all Van can do. I might not even have him doing that. He might punk out, get in the water. They ain't gonna, somebody go get me Bobby Boucher. They ain't gonna, this is some that high quality H2O. I'd rather take Bobby Boucher than dang on Van Jones bringing water to the front line. That's how soft core is. Just shut the bleep up. That was a wonderful response to Crime Van.
Van Jones at CNN.
Let me ask you about
I know Van is somewhere like, oh, wow, I didn't expect that out of the Indian man. I thought they were pretty docile, gentle people. Wow. That does make me look bad in the hood. Yeah, so apparently Van Jones didn't come from any place tough, because he wouldn't be out there boo-hooing on TV like this, and then got checked by Vivek. How you gonna get checked by Vivek? Unbelievable, man. But he did. And then Vivek does something that I have to give him credit. Him and Trump, they're not afraid to get on these raggedy, aggressive networks, knowing that they're hostile environments, and blast these people. So now, they bring Vivek on for, of course, a hit piece. And Abby's at it again. She's at it again because she works for the deep state as well. And Vivek says something that is exposing Nancy Pelosi and Liz Cheney and all the rest of them and the fake news when it comes down to this J6 narrative. Now, I told y'all how I feel about this. This narrative needs to be all the way blown up, all the way exposed. We can't pump the brakes on this one because, see, this is one of those that they would use as a predicate to bludgeon us for the rest of our lives, to go after conservatives, to open up reasons to surveil people and to do all of this stupid stuff. This narrative needs to be destroyed. And Vivek is doing that, and they have to protect this narrative. So watch what Abby does, y'all. Watch what she does. Or should I say, watch what the people in her ear does. Unbelievable.
about something that you said at the debate last week. You used the phrase inside job to describe what happened on January 6th. The next day, Capitol rioter Alan Hosteler highlighted your comments at his sentencing. He is going to prison for 11 years. Hosteler threatened members of Congress. He brought a hatchet, knives, pepper spray, stun batons, tactical gear to the U.S. Capitol. Are you concerned that a convicted felon like that is now promoting your comments in court?
So
you see how they like to do that? They'll take some crazy person or one or two examples and say, you're responsible for all of this. Yeah, all of these people, I guess, are out there hanging their hat on Vivek and what he said. No. I think all of the people that are still locked up over J6, and then all of the people who were locked up and persecuted and are still being harassed and persecuted, I think they know the deal by now. I think they know that the civil liberties were violated. I think they know that all of this footage was hidden. The problem is their audience don't know. CNN's bubblehead audience have no idea. They're still thinking this was the greatest attack on the homeland, especially when you got Kamala Harris and all of them coming out telling everybody that. Coming out saying this right here is equal to 9/11, this is equal to Pearl Harbor and World War II and all of that stuff. So now she's asking them a question, and watch how this goes off the rails.
here's my concern, Abby, and I want to tell you guys where I'm at. If you had told me, it's close to 3 years ago that January 6, 2021 happened. If you had told me 3 years ago, back when I was a biotech CEO, not steeped in this world, I was just consuming passive media, but was focused on my world of developing medicines. If you had told me that January 6th was in any way an inside job, the subject of government entrapment, I would have told you that was crazy talk.
Me too. If you would have told me before Trump ran that, our TV networks are owned by the deep state, they're all in cahoots with globalists. They're all working on behalf of these globalists to sell out the American people, and we're being surveilled. If you'd have told me all of that, if you'd have told me I got to question every war that we have been involved in now, if you'd have told me now I got to sit back and wonder if somebody who dies really was killed or were they, iced by our own government, things like that. A whole bunch of, if you would have told me 6, 7, 8 years ago, whole bunch of that. But now I got my head on a swivel. Yeah, they done opened up my eyes, and they done opened up a whole bunch of Americans' eyes, and that's why they're panicking. That's why they're like, oh, shoot, they ain't buying our stuff no more, man. Yeah, we got too reckless with assuming that everything that they say, everything that they put out would just be gobbled up and internalized and believed. So now here she is asking them this question, and watch her come in and, somebody in her ear.
Fringe conspiracy theory nonsense. I can tell you now, having gone somewhat deep in this, it's not. I mean, the reality is this. We do have a government, first of all, we have to acknowledge that has lied to us systematically over the last several years about the origin of COVID-19, about the Hunter Biden laptop. We were told it was false by 51 CIA experts and otherwise before we now know that it was true.
Oh, now see, she don't like this. Now he's coming out and he's dropping all kind of nuggets right in front of those knucklehead audience right there, talking about some what? We know they done lied, and for some reason, Abby, you and your funky network wants to support them. Y'all want to believe every single thing that they say. Whatever happened to journalism, where you fighting against the system, you're exposing the system, you're holding it accountable. But for now, y'all, are quick to jump on board. Whatever they say, then we just trust them. The Biden administration said they had no collusion with Jack Smith and all of them. They had no idea that Trump was being indicted into the... Do you really believe that? Y'all just take his word for it. They said that's not true. The Biden administration said they had nothing to do with the Nord Stream pipeline getting blown up. The Biden administration said that everything that they just throw out there, they just say, okay, well, that's what they said. The intel community said this and that. But have they forgotten that it's the same intel community that lied to them about all these other things? And what do? They trot these same people right back out on their network and parade them as if these people are reliable sources.
You could go straight down the list. The Trump-Russia disinformation collusion hoax, all of it. Now we come to January 6th.
Here it comes.
The reality is we know that there were federal law enforcement agents
cut him
in that
off.
field. We don't know how many.
Cut him off.
I think it's shameful. If I may finish this answer.
Well, let me
this
just.
is really important.
I'm going to go ahead and interrupt you here.
Here we go.
Because I know
saying
this
that there
establishment doesn't approve of this
You're
message.
saying that there were federal agents.
That's exactly why. The establishment doesn't approve of this message. Right now, they're like, all right, cut him off. He's about to expose the fact that there were folks in that audience. Don't let him get that one off. Mr. Ramaswamy, I'm going to have to cut you off right there. Didn't even let him get deep into his statement. Now, isn't that odd? See, this is where we're about to go into my next segment, where it's being able to recognize things that are normal and abnormal. See, once you start realizing that, wait, this isn't a normal operating mode for a commentator. Ramaswamy is a guest. This isn't a debate. This is a town hall meeting. He's a guest. So shouldn't you allow him to come out and say whatever he's going to say? Let him finish his thought. Then if you have questions, follow up. But instead, what do? You become real rude to your guest. Why is that, Abby? Why is that? Is this a normal behavior for the news network? Once you catch this stuff, you go, that's weird. She's doing this, and she's doing it at certain times. Certain things he's saying. Let's check it out. Here we go.
We'll talk about this.
You're saying that there were federal agents.
This is important to talk about.
Look, even the crowd. Now, you know what's bad? When Raggedy CNN's crowd is like, let him finish. We want to hear what he got to say. But nah, Abby can't let y'all do that. She can't let y'all hear what this man is saying.
Federal agents in the crowd on January 6th.
Yeah.
There's no evidence that there were federal agents in the crowd.
Except
on January
for-
6th.
So why, before Congress, when pressed on what the number was, they didn't say there were none. They just couldn't say how many
you're
there were.
saying
Oh, now, she didn't even respond to that. She's not going to respond to that video where Ted Cruz was up there asking that FBI agent how many federal agents were involved. I can't answer that. How many federal agents participated in acts of violence? I can't answer that. How many federal agents? I can't answer that. She was up there making songs. I can't answer that. No. No, can't do. I can't answer that. No. She was up there dropping I can't answer that all over the place. Well, maybe Abby's not curious about why she was saying that. Maybe Abby's not interested in looking at any of that video footage where guys are walking around with earpieces in their ears. Maybe Abby's not interested in looking at any of that undercover video footage of these guys going to push them up. Maybe she's not interested in all of that stuff, right? See, so here she is talking about there's no evidence of that. Did you look? Is this normal? This is my question. There's supposed to be a news network. They didn't even look. How do I know more about this than she does?
that you have not seen any evidence.
So
that
we've
there
seen
were,
multiple.
and so you
We've seen
assume that there
multiple
were.
informants suggesting that there were. We know people were FBI informants. So we're asking.
Is there any evidence?
May I just
Is there-
finish
let me-
this
well,
and then
let
you
me-
can come back?
Look at that. What do you think she's doing that for, y'all? Huh? Is that normal? I mean, here you go. You was just quiet, letting the man talk, gave his introduction. Soon as he brought up a sore topic, no, I gotta stop you right there. Because see, our audience, for some reason, is curious. Now, do you understand how mad I would be if I'm in the audience waiting for this answer? And her big nose jumps right in there. And I'm sitting there like, would you let this man? I want to hear what he has to say. I'm actually curious about this. Well, she knows that. She knows that. So they're in her ear, gonna stop this. Don't let him say this.
But let me clarify.
I know it's very uncomfortable for you.
I'm going to clarify my
I know this is
question
uncomfortable for many
because
people, but we have to
No,
do
we
it.
know your
I'm gonna
question,
clarify
Abby.
my question because I want to make sure that you understand
Oh,
what I'm asking.
I understand this deeply. I told you, I was
Where
here 3
is
years ago. I'm not
where
there
is
now.
the evidence?
Yes.
Where is the evidence that the government had a
So let's
plot?
do this.
See, here we go. Here we go. Now she's trying to change it up. Y'all hear that? Trying to flip the script. Where is the evidence that the government? Now she's wanting to make him out to be a crackpot conspiracy theorist, somebody with a tinfoil hat. She's trying to change up the narrative. Where is the evidence that the government had a plot to? You know he's not talking about the government as a whole. You know he's talking about a small group of people who use this as an opportunity to entrap Trump supporters and to build a narrative so that they could push this garbage. You know that's what he's talking about. But you want to be like the other chick, Dana, from CNN, where she was like, so you're trying to tell me that all of these people were coordinated? You know he wasn't talking about all of those people. You know that. So here she goes, trying to go ahead and switch it up, make him look like he's crazy.
An inside job.
But no, I'm not saying what inside job is. I'm not gonna. I'm not
violence on January 6th.
I'm not gonna let you put words in my mouth. I'm gonna put my words in my mouth, and I'm gonna tell you what I mean by
Where is
that.
the evidence of
And
the
track-
government?
Look at that. Where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? I'm going to put my words in my mouth. Where's the evidence? So let me finish what I'm saying. Where's the evidence? Well, can I tell? Where's the evidence? Well, I was about to. Where's the evidence? Not curious? If he gave you the evidence, would you even say, that's pretty good evidence? You think she would do that? I mean, think about this. Joe Biden, where's the evidence? How about the text messages from him and the Chinese dude? And he said, I'm sitting next to my father. Where's the evidence? What about all the whistleblowers who said, where's the evidence? What about the Ukrainian president who got that phone call and he said, where's the evidence? What about the phone records and where's the evidence? Well, there's money that was paid to the big guy. Where's the evidence? Well, Bobolinsky has said that, where's the evidence? Well, Joe got pictures of himself online where he's like, where's the evidence? See, is that normal? Is that normal, y'all? Huh?
Was involved
Entrapment.
in planning or executing January 6th.
So I'm gonna give you hard facts, and if I may, Abby, I know this is gonna be a little uncomfortable, but we're gonna go through this, and you can push back on that, and you can push back on that, and let's do this fairly. Why did they suppress footage
Here we go.
of now what's been released? 200 hours of footage of shooting rubber bullets into that crowd, shooting tear gas into that crowd. You didn't see that before. You saw what the response was to that. Now you see footage
Here she
coming out
comes.
of actually rolling out.
Stop him, Abby, stop him. Now, here's the crazy part about this, guys. I got a video from right after it happened. Right after it happened. People start sending me little clips. Kev, it ain't what they saying it is. I got all these clips. I have a video clip of a peaceful crowd of people. Some of y'all might have seen this one. It's in my archive somewhere. But a group of people peacefully just sitting there, and you see a cop behind them look around, takes a smoke bomb, a fire flashbang, and throws it right into the audience. Boom! Audience goes crazy. And I said, now why would he do that? These people were not fighting. They weren't pushing. They weren't violent. They were all just standing there. And out of nowhere, boom! And then they go berserk. Ready? Start the cameras right when they go crazy and action. See, but Abby, how did I get that and you didn't? Yeah, see? Because I'm looking, and you're not.
The red carpet for Capitol Police allowing
Ramaswamy,
people in
again,
right through the front door.
Look, people clapping. She don't care. She don't care. She's defying what her audience wants because it's more important that she covers up this narrative for Nasty Pelosi and the deep state. So she could give a darn what the audience. The audience is like, he got a point. We want to hear. Could you let him finish, Abby? Mr. Ramaswamy, I got to stop you there. Where's the evidence? Where's the evidence?
Evidence should have been released before, Abby.
Mr. Ramaswamy, the
Evidence
vast
should have been
majority
released
of the
before.
footage shows
And my deeper
police
question
officers
is this.
being
And I want to talk about one more
overrun by
case. This is
violent
really important.
riders.
Now I'm
That's
gonna give
The vast majority of the footage. Now, do you think Abby watched the vast majority of the footage? Because see, the vast majority of the footage was uploaded and it's online for everybody to see. After the initial breach, once the people got in, they were cool. They were walking around. Now, I got a vast majority of footage of Antifians running around inside that building. I got a vast majority of footage of John Solomon talking about, we doing stuff, we're taking this thing right here, walking in with his Antifa buddies. Yeah, I got footage like that. I had footage of some lady who had the floor plans and was telling all these Antifa looking dudes where to go. I got footage of that. I got footage of the one guy going up to the cops while they're sitting there in the B-boy stance. And he said, why aren't you stopping these people right here? They're breaking into our Capitol. And they just looked at him. I got that footage. I got footage of people saying, why are y'all pushing us into this building? And you got people with earpieces in their ear doing it. I got that footage. I got the footage of Bigfoot Ray Epps talking about we're here to storm the Capitol. I got that footage. But yet Abby's sitting there talking about, where's the evidence? Mr. Ramaswamy, I have to stop you there because my people in my ears telling me, don't you let this narrative get out. This is what we're hanging our hat on. We're hoping that we can go ahead and get Trump on this bull crap.
I'm going to give you some hard facts.
So
what?
There you go. So this seems like a familiar tactic that they use all the time, guys. Remember this? Remember this? Does this seem normal? Now, we just saw her do that to Ramaswamy. Look at this. Remember this?
I was negotiating with NARA. Do you know what NARA is?
The National Archives.
Extremely
negotiate
left group
with
of
them.
people. Extremely left. And I was negotiating with
They're
them.
not
All of a
left,
sudden,
they're
they
bipartisan.
raided my house. They didn't raid the house of Joe Biden. They didn't raid Obama.
But Joe Biden didn't ignore a subpoena to get those documents back like
Joe
you
Biden
did. And so
took-
that,
Look at that. Look familiar? Does that look familiar right there? Invite somebody to your little town hall meeting. Ask them questions. As Trump starts to point out things that will be damaging to their narrative, what does she do? I thought about that. There's a bipartisan thing. Anything she could say to chime in, to interrupt Trump from talking. But that is bipartisan. And then you know what? And Joe Biden didn't deny all these subpoenas. But what did Joe do?
that's the question.
1,850 bucks.
But that's the question.
1,850 boxes. But he didn't deny a subpoena. But what he did do is he took classified documents while he was a senator. How do you explain that? Huh? How do you explain that, Pop-Tart? That's what I want to know. See, I mean, there's no excuse for that. That man should be locked up for that. You can't even negotiate that one. You can't even say, well, there are incidents where, a senator can have classified documents. There's no exception to that rule. So any way you cut it, he's guilty of that because they found classified documents from when he was a senator in his crib. And yet she's jumping right on over that. And then what did she do?
That investigators have, I think, is why you held on to those documents when you knew the federal government was seeking them and then had given you a subpoena to return
Are you
them.
ready? Are you ready? Can I talk?
Yeah, what's
You
the
mind?
answer?
Do you mind?
I would like for you to answer the question.
Okay, it's very simple to
That's
answer.
why I asked it.
Here's the answer.
It's very simple to you are a nasty person.
That's the answer. You're a nasty person. You want to know the answer to that? You're a nasty person. All of you CNN sold out operatives are nasty people. Same thing, Chris Wallace, somebody just put in there. He's another one. Mr. President, would you let Joe Biden talk? What's Mr. President? Did you ever deny white nationalism? Mr. President, have you ever? All the stupid stuff. So now, there you go. So you see the tactic, or you see the tactic. Now, on one end, you can say, that's not normal. That's not what I grew up and perceived our networks to be and how they should treat guests in town hall meetings. They should be trying to get to the answers and the bottom of stuff and let the people hear what these people have to say. But here, what they're doing is taking up abnormal behavior and making it normal. We just saw them duplicate the same behavior twice. And isn't that a little strange that they're doing that? I'm saying, so if that's not something that you would expect a news network to do, it's not a debate. She's not a candidate. She's not running against Trump. Why are you doing that? Same thing with Vivek. But y'all normalizing this, and I'm starting to see a pattern. So my question is, can other people start to see this pattern? So now we're to the point in my show where we're going to go ahead and show some video footage of things that have been normalized. And when you step back from it, if you want to decide whether you're still connected to reality or not, you should be able to decide, is this normal or abnormal? There are people in our country that are seeing things that are normally looked at as crazy and abnormal. And they will look at this as normal. They will not even question it. And this is the state that they have gotten a lot of people in our country to. They want to normalize these type of things so people don't react to them and say, whoa, that's crazy. Why are they doing that? That seems odd. Why would they say that? That seems a little extreme. That seems a little too far-fetched. They're trying to get people to suspend their reality and their grip on how things normally operate and get them to operate based on whatever reality they download in their head. So they want us to take something like what we're about to see coming out of the news and say, this is normal. And then what we're going to see after that, we're supposed to say, that right there. I'm sorry, what we're about to see out of the news, they want us to think this is normal. Whereas in reality, this is very abnormal. And then what we're about to see after that, they want us to think that that's normal. And in reality, that should be abnormal. So here's your test, y'all. If y'all want to see if y'all still can recognize normality versus abnormality, here's your shot. So watch this, y'all. Ask yourself, is this normal behavior?
What would a second Donald Trump term look like?
Well, he cannot be the next president because if he is...
You can't imagine the things that he's going to do. Mexico, Canada. We can't go to Canada because eventually Canada will become annexed to America.
And shoot visitors to the White House.
Yeah.
That means he can shoot the First Lady.
Is that normal? Is it normal to bring on an ex-con who is absolutely bitter with Trump and he's throwing out stuff like that? And this guy talking about he can shoot the First Lady. Is that normal to hear people on TV, supposed to be news anchormen and commentators, and they're saying that Trump can shoot folks and he's going to overthrow democracy and stuff like that? Is it normal to see them dedicate that much time and effort into stopping one man? Is it normal for them to make such bold accusations and statements and panic like they are? This is panic mode right here. They're beyond normality. They don't want to make it even seem like, you know what, we're just being fair and balanced. This is abnormal behavior. You should not be seeing these people go this hard on Trump and saying the things that they're saying with absolutely no evidence. Listen to this.
See violence, the likes of which we didn't even see on January 6th.
Look at her face. Like, I can't even believe I said that abnormal statement right there. That likes of January 6th. Yeah, there you go. Is that normal?
Illegal to run against him, to throw his opponents in jail, to shut down the media.
He will make himself into the Fuhrer, and he will make everybody raise their hand and salute him.
Using martial law against the American people.
Terminate the Constitution.
Rewrite the Constitution.
Create mass internment camps.
Throw everyone into Gitmo.
Might be sent to jail, or their rights might be suppressed. Especially minority groups in society.
Especially minority groups in society. Is this normal behavior coming out of the media? I mean, have you ever seen anything like this? I mean, they are in a full-blown frenzy. He might send people to jail. He might do concentration camps. Hitler, Mussolini. This right here is what red-pilled so many people. When they start seeing this and say, this seems a little obsessive. Right now, this is a little strange that they are going that deep and that hard on Trump constantly, every single day. This is becoming weird. This is weird if you got common sense. But to the liberal brain, they will watch this and shake and nod along with it, going, yeah, that's right. He's going to do all of that. Because they have lost touch with reality. When you can see the news doing something like this, and we've never seen the news dedicate this much time to trying to destroy one person and saying these things that have no merit whatsoever. Never seen that. But people are to the point where they look at this and go, that seems normal because Trump, he's pretty much that evil.
You might have any number of things happen to you and your family.
Every one of us, our freedom, our liberty, none of us is safe.
2.5 people around him executing against an enemy's list.
Assassinate.
Executed against an enemy's list. Executed. I mean, not trialed, not taken to trial. Executed. Listen to this guy.
Generals.
Ordering.
Assassinate generals. Not try them. Not they're found guilty. Just full-blown assassinate. Have you ever seen anything like this? Where the media just comes out and says, you know what? We just got the green light to say pretty much whatever we want to say. This is DEFCON 5. The deep state said go full-blown crazy. Say whatever. Because we got our society to a point where they can't recognize that this is abnormal. Talking about he may assassinate the generals. Literally assassinate. See, he's using words like assassinate, not, these people found guilty in, tribunal, none of that. Just full blown like Hitler, like, Putin did. Just have people assassinated. I mean, these people should be sued for defamation.
Bring troops to attack American citizens. Trump's very well
Troops to attack American citizens.
Armed and extremist base will try to kill people.
Trump's very armed and extremist base will try to kill people. I'm very well armed I've never thought about going out and killing anybody. Never. I mean, I don't even want to see us get to a civil war. I'd rather see a divorce than a civil war. What is this human talking about? Is that normal? This man just got on TV and said that Trump's very well armed and radical base will go out and start just killing folks. Have we ever done that? I mean, if we haven't done it by now, why would we do it after Trump wins? You would have thought that would have been our reaction when they stole the last election and we didn't do it then. You would have thought the breaking point would have been Russia collusion, the second impeachment, the fourth indictment, J6 and all the imprisonments. You would have thought that would have been the breaking point. But yet, we're still not going out doing that. And this fool is out here saying, once we win, then we're going to go out and do it.
He's going to basically burn the house down.
He will unravel the institutions of our democracy.
Draw similarities between Mussolini and Hitler.
Adolf Hitler.
And see, I'm able to recognize this is crazy and abnormal. It makes it, they are revealing what they're really up to. It's so obvious to me because I'm still hanging on to reality. I'm able to see so clearly what these people are doing. I'm like, these people are full-blown propagandists. They are owned by the deep state. They are protecting the Democrat Party, and they're doing everything they can to destroy Trump. And it's sad because there are people out there who can't recognize this. They will listen to all of this and think it's normal behavior. And if you ask them, like, have you ever seen the news do anything like this? Dedicate this amount of time and say these things. Do you really think these things are true? Unreal.
And Benito Mussolini.
Makes Donald Trump even more dangerous.
Wants to take away your
Donald Trump's even more dangerous than Mussolini and Hitler. There you go. Wants to take away what?
vote. Senate and the House are
Wants to take away your vote.
immediately going to be paralyzed.
people will begin in their minds to censor themselves. They might.
You mean like we're doing now? We're not censoring ourselves. You guys are doing it through the fake news and through the Biden administration and the deep state and using all of these social media platforms to do that. We're trying to fight so we can keep our freedom of speech. And there's this fool talking about they're going to immediately start to censor themselves. You guys have people scared to go and have peaceful protests because we got to wonder if you got plants inside of our peaceful protests and trying to entrap us. Huh? You guys are the ones who got a list put together about extremists and all of that stuff. They seem to all have things pointing towards conservatives. You guys have documents talking about how you guys are going to shut down dissent and speech and control the narratives and psychological warfare against all of these people online. You guys are doing that, not us. But these fools out here saying it, taking advantage of their very, very ignorant audience.
I'd say, well, maybe I shouldn't say this.
It's the end of democracy.
I think that could be the end of our democracy.
Democracy is dead if Trump is reelected.
And the crazy part is all of these things they're saying, they know it's true if Trump loses. If Trump loses, yeah, democracy is dead. Our republic is full-blown gone if Trump loses. They know it. That's why they're doing all of this. They're trying to hang on to their power. They're trying to hang on to the narrative. If they could just get over that Trump hump, they get over the Trump hump, then they can go ahead and systematically start unraveling us. See, right now, if they don't get over the Trump hump, he's still got the ability to come in and unravel the deep state immediately. And he should do it day one. Should not wait 1 second. Don't you see what they did with Michael Flynn? They didn't even let him get set up before they went ahead and launched a counterattack. So if Trump is smart, soon as he wins, first thing he should do is executive order. Dismantle all of these agencies right here immediately until further notice.
Yet to Putin that democracy will be at risk.
The absolute destruction of the Justice Department as we know it.
The Justice Department could be entirely transformed.
I'm really concerned about that.
Every person who was associated with the attempted coup elevated in the administration.
He's reelected, he will curb transgender rights.
And
how much negativity can you even come up with? He will curb transgender rights. He's going to put every single person that was involved in the coup. What people? Who was involved in the coup? What coup are we talking about again? See, y'all are throwing words out there. Coup, stuff like that. And I'm thinking, what coup? Anybody charged with the coup? Insurrection? No? Y'all just saying it. Well, where's the infamous words? This is a coup. Overthrow, something, nothing? But y'all just going to go ahead and throw it out there.
The rule of law.
Arrest
political opponents to persecute, not prosecute, but persecute his enemies.
Take a wrecking ball to the rule of law. He's going to make the law. Everyone else will have to follow.
Okay, this is absolutely normal behavior from the media, guys. Now, people who watch these networks, they don't catch that. They're not able to say, okay, now this stuff seems a little crazy. He's going to take a wrecking ball to the rule of law. He's going to make up the rules that he is going to have to abide by, and the rest of us is going to have to just make up rules, just like he did the first time, right, guys? A totally non-law and order president, right? Yeah, going to get in, it's free fall, and make sure the white nationalists have all freedom to do whatever they want. Taking everybody's property, guns for only conservatives, freedom of speech for only us, all of that mess, just like he did the first time. Round up all of the blacks and Latinos and minorities, not the ones that came illegally, all of them. He's going to round them all up and send them all back to wherever they came from, just like he did the first time, and take us into endless wars and stuff like that in World War III, just like he did the first time.
Vote for Donald Trump may mean the last election that you ever get to vote in.
To go after the independent and free parts of American civic life.
He would tear down our institutions.
Purge the government of employees.
Department by department effort to weaponize the powers of the government.
To use the military to quash protests.
Wow. They are not holding back one bit. They're like, man, we ain't got no choice. Throw everything. Fire everything. He's going to unleash Godzilla and King Kong. He's gonna resurrect pharaohs and have them haunt people. He's gonna unleash werewolves. He's gonna bring in the gray aliens and the tall whites to attack. They are slinging everything out there at this point. Fire everything.
Ridding the government of all democratic safeguards, junking American democracy as we have always known it.
That he would try to stay in office beyond a second term.
I mean, they might as well try it. Their audiences don't punish them. They got them already jammed up, man. So you're telling me that Trump's going to stay in office a little further? First of all, y'all should give him a third term based on what y'all did. The second term and the first term. I think he should get 3 total, starting when he wins. Y'all try to rob him out of the first one, rob him out of the second one, and trying to stop him for his third one. But nonetheless, he's not going to do that, but they just throw that out there. And you got people who are completely detached from reality. They don't recognize this is not normal.
He would never leave office? There's no question.
No question. You think he would never leave office? There's no question. That used to be a senator, I guess, maybe. She was a senator or House member. I'm not sure. House member. There's no question. Trump's not going to, he's going to get in there just like he did the last time, right? Remember y'all, when he decided I'm not getting on Marine One, and he wrapped that bandana around his hand, like Rambo around his head, pulled out all of the M60s and wrapped the bullets around him, took his shirt off like, no, as he stood on Marine One firing off into the audience. Remember that, guys? And they had to drag him out of there screaming and kicking. Remember that? Or did he get on Marine One and peacefully depart? I think that's what happened. So people who listen to that and don't see anything strange in that behavior, if you watch that and you're going, yeah, that's pretty accurate, you're detached from normality, okay? And then if you watch this and you find this to be normal, you're still detached from reality. So what we just watched come out of the media, they want us to think that's normal, okay? Listen to this. They want us to also think this is normal. Now you tell me, is this normal or abnormal?
We all watched the television coverage of just yesterday. That's on top of everything else that we know and don't know yet.
Okay.
Based on what we've just been able to see, and because we've seen it or not doesn't mean it hasn't happened.
Woo, that's deep.
But just limited to what we have seen.
Did y'all get that? We have watched, okay, based on what we've seen, but what we don't see is what we really do see. Because, see, you got to see the unseeable in the eye of your mind, okay? Because if you can't watch with your third eye, then you can't watch with none of your eyes. Because your eyes is blind unless you can see with your third, second, and first eye. You understand that? There you go. It's the vice president.
But just limited to what we've seen.
We also need Ukraine to make changes to fix the broken immigration system here.
There you go. Is that normal? Yeah, but the media, the same media we just heard saying Trump was a danger to our society. Trump's the Hitler. Trump's about to ruin everything. They just sat back and let this man get out there and say Ukraine is responsible for our border. Not questioning him. Is that normal? If any other president displayed what we're about to see right now, what do you think that same media who was just hemorrhaging over what Trump is going to do, what do you think they would have done to the other president? Any other president? Yeah. But for some reason, Joe Biden's getting a pass. They want to normalize this right here.
We also need Congress to make the changes to fix the broken immigration system here at home. Thank you. Look, we're going to alternate asking questions. We're going to ask a total of...
We're going to alternate asking questions. There you go. We're not going to alternate taking questions. We're going to alternate asking questions.
2 questions, and I will ask the first question. I will recognize the first question asker.
Is that even normal? Is that normal for a president to come out constantly and say, I'm going to handpick people to ask questions? Not going to take any off the top of the dome. I'm going to handpick people, you right there, from my Rolling Stone. Let me get my prepared answer based on the question that we talked about you're going to ask me. Is that normal? Huh.
Question, Joe. But Danny Kemp, the United States and Congress must, as I asked last week, and it's stunning that we've gotten to this point. You know, we need to fully appreciate how it's wrong, how this is being viewed around the world.
What?
But we know this year's Hanukkah.
Don't know what the heck he's talking about. And everybody's sitting around pretending that this is normal. See, this is why whenever I show these clips on my show, we all crack up and laugh about it. But at the same time, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills because I'm sitting here saying that's not a normal. He's supposed to be the president. And that man just said he don't know what he's talking about. Listen to this one.
It's different. It's been 65 years since the deadliest day of the Jewish people since the Holocaust.
65 years. Yeah, I think it's been 65 days, but it don't matter. Years and days. Numbers don't matter to Joe. 300 million, quadrillion, billion, zillion, gazillion, trillion. It don't matter to Joe. He's not catching none of that. And the media is normalizing it because they're not saying, excuse me, did you mean?
65 years. Over $1,300 billion,
Magical numbers. Y'all hear that? Magical numbers. But I'm pretty sure that's normal. And the sad part about this ain't the first time he did that. There's montages of Joe out there all over the place throwing out numbers like that. And yet the media is like, do you really want to know Donald Trump is he's compromised mentally too? And I'm going, are you kidding me? You just heard that man throw out a magical unicorn number. And yet y'all are trying to act like I didn't hear nothing. I didn't hear nothing, okay?
All the studies show, by the way, people get from point A to point B faster on a train than their car. They take the train. They take the train. Now,
faster in a car. They take the train. They take the train.
Just to get here, Liberty and Bell had to beat some tough odds in competition. They had to work hard to show patience and be willing to travel over 1,000 miles. You could say even this harder than getting a ticket to the Renaissance tour or Britney's tour. She's down in, it's kind of warm in Brazil right now.
There you go. See, and the people who think this is normal, I want to sit next to them while they're watching this. I wish I could just be in everybody's house that's watching this. I wish I could just force every liberal who supported this guy and who have become victims of Trump derangement syndrome. I wish I could just force them to watch this like Clockwork Orange, tape open their eyeballs and make them watch this montage and say, now I want to see your reaction to this. You tell me, are these normal statements, comments, and behaviors of a president? Afterwards, I want you to honestly tell me, do you think it was a safe bet to vote on this man after watching this? Look at that. I gotta poop. Everybody out of the way. First time I'm really running. Joe's out. I bet you he's running to that bathroom so quick. It's going to be one of those, as soon as you pull the pants down. Oh, barely made it. Yeah, there you go. So there he is, breaking out of nowhere. Here we go. Go after him. No idea where he's at. Look at that. Oh, I was about to jog, but then I stopped. Now I changed my mind. What is that? What is that? A nervous tick? What is this crap? See? But there you go. I want to show y'all that I'm not washed up. I'm not too old. Here we go.
Your Excellencies, the President of the United States.
Okay, here we go. Look at that. Y'all see the trot? Y'all see that? Yeah. Running with just the arms. There we go. No leg movement whatsoever. So here he comes. Coming in looking confused, bewildered, scared. Right here. This one poster said.
Is this on?
Is this on? Yeah, there you go. I mean, before I ever paid attention to politics, if this guy was our president, I would have caught all of this. Without even being into politics, I would be going, okay, now I might not be into politics like that, but I do know something strange about this guy. The stuff that he's doing, the stuff that he's saying, that don't seem right. I mean, at that point back in my life, I used to just catch the president here and there. You know, I'm walking past the TV. They always had a certain demeanor, able to use complete sentences, stuff like that. Then all of a sudden, this guy, here he is.
Yes, it is.
Oh, remember this one? This one up the jog. That jog finally got him. That jog finally got him. There it is. The upper body movement finally caught up with him. Gonna show Trump that I'll take him under the bench and show him that he's I'm down. I'm down. They should have let his butt sit there for about 8 hours. Hilarious. Here's another one. There's another one. There we go. Yeah, this is normal. Normal. Wait a minute. There you go. This is absolutely normal. We've all fallen on a bike by standing still. Look at that. Y'all haven't ever done that? You've never done that where you just stopped on the bike and was standing there and just tipped over? No? Wow, you ain't lived. You haven't lived until you just fell over on your bike standing still. Yeah, what about this? Yeah, we all fall down. Several times going upstairs. Tripping, can't lift our feet.
And Joan, Shanga.
Yeah, that's normal. That's normal. They want us to believe that's normal. Didn't even ask him about that. Who were you trying to pronounce, Mr. President? Who is Shang? Huh? Why did you seem to glitch up afterwards and not finish your statement?
$159 billion left. America.
Why are you having problems with numbers, Mr. President? 100 minutes left. How are we supposed to trust you, Mr. President, with our economy? How do we know that you know that inflation's going down when you can't get numbers right? How do we know that you're able to balance our budget? How do we know that you're able to rationally look at the budget and see this money is allocated towards this and how it should? How do we know that, Mr. President, when you can't get these numbers right?
Is a nation that can be defined in a single word.
Mr. President, excuse me, what were you trying to describe? You said the nation could be defined in a what were you trying to say? That's not a word, Mr. President. See, this is what should be happening. But the media is acting like this is all normal.
The idea that
what was that great say? Something about corn pop or popcorn. Yeah, chocolate chip. Yeah. Crack. No, it was Hunter and it's crackhead. No, money. That's what it is. Chi. Oh, $1.5 billion. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm still in T. Okay, wait. What was it saying?
Los Angeles and what am I doing here?
Exactly. Los Angeles and what did Anderson Cooper do? Help him? I think what you're meaning. Why don't they ever help Trump? Huh? Did they ever step in and try to give Trump the word he was looking for? Did Trump ever have to have the word that he was looking for? But yet, that guy, he gets out there and he does stuff like that, and the media tries to act like it's normal. We're going to go ahead and edge him on. We're going to help him out a little bit. And then make an excuse and try to say, this man right here is doing all of this because of a stuttering problem. I've never heard a stuttering problem make you say, shagame. 1.5 million trillion contain $1 trillion.
For two reasons.
Two reasons.
One, to...
He didn't even get past one. That man didn't get past first base for two reasons. One, what is the first reason? Unreal. But they'll get out there and tell you Joe's our man. Yeah, he's sure. But Trump, he's mentally declining. He makes no sense when he speaks. He's Hitler. Did I tell you that? He was also Hitler. Yeah, he's Hitler and Mussolini all wrapped in one.
We haven't been able to communicate it in a way that is...
no way at all, Joe.
Let me say another way.
Yeah, give us another way. There is no other way. You can't communicate. But that's not normal to us. See, but he was on a late night talk show and they just let that slide. Nobody's looking around. See, this is one of those gaslighting moments where society now is starting to gaslight each other. Because I know there are people in that audience that are looking around going, is it just me? Or is this man crazy? But nobody's reacting like he's crazy. So I'm just going to act and pretend like I'm not seeing and hearing what I'm hearing. But we all know this dude's blew out. Look at this. This is normal, right? Where am I? Somebody help me. Who are you again? Are you Hunter? Where do I go, Hunter? Okay, thanks, Jill. Hey, Jill, how'd you get over here so fast? You see that? You see that, guys? That's normal. Now, I showed y'all that same clip a couple months back where Trump and Obama did the same thing. The reef went straight over there, saluted. Joe, where am I going? What? Who are you? What? Okay. Tell me what to do.
The United States and Europe are fully united. This morning, I had a long conversation with our NATO allies.
Okay. And?
German Chancellor Scholz, French President Macron, Prime Minister Sunak, and the Italian Prime Minister Meloni.
Prime Minister Baloney. Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, I don't know what he said. But wait, what's this?
Nobody likes having celebrated international meetings.
Now, I'm concerned. I need the paddles in between every breath right now. Nobody concerned likes meetings. Go get the paddles. Get them ready. That guy right there needs about 13 seconds in between each word to finish it, but that's normal. Nobody's questioning that. See, this is where you start to go, yeah, that is kind of funny. Maybe I didn't pay enough attention to Joe and his behaviors all this time because that does seem a little strange for a president. Yes, it does. But what's even stranger, if you're watching this and you're saying, yeah, that does seem strange, is the fact that the media is trying to make you think that it's normal. Just like they tried to make you think in my first part of my show that saying Trump's a Russian agent, he's a Hitler, he's a Mussolini and all that stuff. They're trying to make you think that's normal too. And he's going to start assassinating people.
If you don't know what you want at the meeting, if you don't have a game plan,
clear.
He may have a game plan. He just hasn't shared it with me.
Clear.
But I tell you what, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed.
You do that, Joe. You do that, man. That dude needs to go put that stocking cap on and go straight to work. Woo, woo, woo, woo, woo, woo. Like Big Bird. Just like Big Bird. Woo, woo, woo, woo, woo, woo, woo. Yeah, that guy right there. I'm straight to bed.
The only existential threat humanity faces, even more frightening than a nuclear war, is global warming going above 1.5 degrees in the next 10 years.
There you go. I need to be in the room with people watching this montage who voted for this guy. And I won't even look at the montage. I'd be sitting there looking at their face, waiting for that aha moment, waiting for that moment of embarrassment where they start seeing them go, oh, man, like I had no idea this guy was that bad. Yeah. When I start internalizing it and I listen to what this guy just said, the greatest existential threat, worse than nuclear war, is global warming going up a couple of degrees in the next 5 to 10 years. There you go. That's the guy that you want making major decisions for the country. And y'all talking about that. He's a better choice than Trump. That guy who doesn't realize a nuclear war will end us as we know it. Completely. But hey, don't worry about it though. Global warming's a bigger threat than that.
And you're in trouble. There's no way back from that. As a matter of fact, as you walk in...
No way back from that, y'all. Man, I'm still in a little bit of pain, y'all. I haven't got back to my complete self yet. So y'all got to bear with me. But that man just said, no way back, y'all. From that. You let the temperature go up about 3 to 5 degrees, man. Ain't no way back from that, man. So let me see. The average summertime temperature here in the, Ohio is probably about 85. Man, if it hit 90, y'all, and it remains at 90, there's no way back. No way back from that, man.
Into my office in the Oval Office in the United States Capitol. Guess what?
Guess what? In the United States Capitol, my Oval Office in the United States Capitol. He don't even know where his office is.
Who founded and designed and built the White House? An Irishman.
An Irishman. I bet you he's probably speaking to a whole bunch of Irishmen. Yeah, because, depending on who Joe speaks to, it could have been anybody who built that. A bunch of pygmies built it. Wait, are we at the pygmy convention? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Guess who built it? A pygmy. Guess who built it? A black man. Guess who built it? A church pastor. A Jewish man. Guess who built it? A Aborigine. Guess who built it? Whoever Joe's in front of, that's who he's going to highlight. That's who he's going to become. That's who he's going to say, raised me. That's who I grew up with. I was raised by Puerto Ricans. I was raised by black folks. I grew up in the black church. I rescued Nelson Mandela. All of that. Is this normal? Huh?
An Irish, no, not a joke. Not a joke. We're also launching a new strategic partnership with plans to build nuclear power plants and bolster Poland's energy security for generations to come. We're coordinating with major energy consumers, increase energy security, cutting edge energy solutions like for the energy workers, an energy efficient dishwasher, as well as energy security.
Can't say that word, Joe? Is that normal? Energy. Hennessy. Can't say that word? Is that normal? How many times does this man get a shot at the same word and blow it? Slow it down. Energy. But he can't even do that. Energy.
On energy security. And a pound of Ukrainian people. proud people. Pound for pound, ready to fight with every inch of energy they have.
Energy. Switched it up that time. Fight with every bit of energy they have.
Every inch of energy they have. To do that, we're announcing a global methane pledge, energy pathway, and strengthening our energy security. Because I think we can begin to change the nature of how we generate generate energy.
How we gotta change energy? There you go, y'all. Normal. How many times he has to get that word incorrect before somebody start going, something's wrong with this guy. That's not normal. Now, do y'all really think this dude's going to make it the second round? He shouldn't have made it the first round. But we're about to be done. Here we go.
To purchase electric vehicles and efficient appliances, energy efficient appliances. And by the way, wind energy is cheaper than fossil fuel.
Didn't even try that time. By the way, it's cheaper than fossil fuels. What is energy? There you go. That's the new word of the day. Energy. Energy. Da-da-da-da. Energy. Da-da-da-da. Energy. There you go. Energy. So,
Fuel. Wind energy is cheaper than fossil fuel.
Wind energy is cheaper than fossil fuels. Normal versus abnormal. Nobody sees something strange about this. Energy.
Turbocharge turbocharge the emerging global clean energy economy.
First you don't succeed. There you go. Pick yourself up and try again, creepy. So yeah, giving it another shot. The
turbocharge turbocharge the emerging global clean energy.
Painful. Painful. How are you going to communicate to your people if you can't talk? How are they going to trust what you're trying to shove down our throats when you can't even pronounce it? You want me to trust this guy has my best interest in mind and he knows about this technology and this energy that he's boasting and pushing? Yeah, you want me to trust that? Or should I rather believe the common sense that somebody stuck him out there and said, read this, Joe. What is it about? Don't worry about it. Read it if you can. Okay. United States energy. There you go. But yet, he could sign off on stuff that would change how you live your life. Unreal.
Economy. 2 years ago, I signed a law, once in a generation investment in our nation's infrastructure. And to fix our roads, railroads, bridges, ports, airports, remove every single lead pipe in the country, and extend high-speed internet, advance clean energy, and modernize the electric grid, energy grid.
Unbelievable. And then to top it off, look at this.
Eagle has made it down the stairs. He was a little wobbly at the end, but he made it. Eagle appears to be very disoriented today. We're going to need to do like last time and point out exactly where we need him to go. Secret Service team, prepare a point. Hold that point. Perfect. No way he could miss that.
No way.
Eagle will be turning in 5, 4, 3, 2. He missed his mark. He missed his mark. Eagle is wandering. Jesus Christ. All units be advised. We are going to need a pretty lady or small child of some sort with nice smelling hair to get the Eagle back on track. And we've lost visual.
We lost visual. That Eagle done flew the coop. That Eagle don't know what he's talking about. What? Didn't even pay attention. Guy standing there like this. Right here, Joe. Right there. Walk straight past him. Now you wonder why Joe is sitting up there on the stage going, no idea. You wonder why he's sitting there looking at that soldier talking about, where you want me to go? He is at that point where he needs directions constantly. The Eagle done flew the coop. That was hilarious, whoever put that meme together. That guy walked straight past and followed the Secret Serviceman all the way up into the grass, around the bushes, and through the side door. And it was very obvious he was standing there pointing right here. You go this way. Now, the sad part about it is that the Secret Service had to do that. I mean, they know where he's at mentally when they're like, okay, this should be normal. He should be able to see the walkway and where it goes. But I got to stand here and point. Right there, right there. That's where you're going. And he walked straight past it anyway. And nobody ever questioned him on that. When I saw that years ago, I said, wow, I didn't see this on no network. Nobody said, why is it that Joe Biden is walking past his points and missing where he's supposed to go, and the Secret Service got to direct him all over the place and he don't know where? Nobody questioned that. They wanted us to think that these are normal behaviors of a so-called president that they installed in office. And yet, you'll see them come out of here and conduct themselves in a very abnormal way in regards to Trump. Totally abnormal. I'm saying, wow, I've never seen the media so vicious. I've never seen them so adamant. I've never seen them make up stuff like that. Never seen that. That's strange. What could it be? What could be behind all of that? While ignoring all the stuff that I just showed y'all. Now that's crazy. Aren't you glad you still got your common sense? Aren't you glad you're still able to recognize what is a normal behavior and what is abnormal? Moment you start losing that, we're in trouble. And that's where they're trying to get our country to. They're trying to get our country to the point where they can just throw out any crazy narrative and we will justify it in our brain and normalize it almost real time. I can't do that. That's why they hate us. That's why they don't want my channel on right now, though I got 292 people watching and 250 likes. Let's get those likes up real quick before we bounce, y'all. Get them up to 300 or so plus. Don't forget to hit the like button, share my videos, follow me on all the other platforms. Boy, I tell you, tomorrow I should be better than I am today. And then the next day and the next day and the next day. And by the end of the week, I should be like, dun, dun, dun, dun, back. But I'm chugging along. I need some nourishment right now. That's what I need in my system, so that's what I'm going to do. Please, if you can support the channel, feel free. There's a link right below this video, and you can, participate in that if you want. It's my monthly fundraiser. I think we might only have a couple of days left. If you want to participate in that, you can. Check out the merch store. Please subscribe to my alternative channel. I told y'all this week sometime I'm going to start doing some live streams from my other channel to get y'all engaged there. So you're going to have to be subscribed if you want to see those live streams. And I think that might be it for now. Yeah. I'll be back tomorrow with some nonsense that I got to make sense out of. Other than that, y'all, let's get ready to get out of here. Oh, boy. Whew, I made it, y'all. I made it. My first day back on the job. I know you see the goons. I know you see the apes. I know you see the wear and tear up the place. Yeah. God bless. Take care.